Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about some rather interesting content that didn't make its way into the game, and we're going to be looking at some pretty cool stuff found in the files as well. So if you want to read a little bit more into this, I'll have all the links, which includes one Kotaku article and a link to the GTA Forums beta hunt page. I'll have those links in the description so you can check it out for yourself. But let's get started with the first thing I want to talk about today, which is it looks as if there was supposed to be an emergency for Ebola in Grand Theft Auto 5. So you guys know over the past year, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, there was a massive Ebola scare where that was what the country was talking about. That's what the world was talking about, how, Ebola is this thing that's taking over. Well, it looks like there was actually files found in the game from Jacob Mate, who's very kind enough to actually upload them so we can listen to them, which I'm going to be showing you guys in a second. But yeah, it looks like Ebola and the possibility of Ebola victims and a breakout virus, etc., was actually in the game. So I'll let you guys take a listen to those audio files right now.
A contaminant release, possibly Ebola. Ebola exposure. Ebola release. Case of Ebola.
So I know that's rather interesting. I don't know how an Ebola breakout or virus would be a part of Grand Theft Auto, but this is certainly interesting. And this isn't the first time that it looks like Rockstar have cut various things that you can hear over the police scanner. I mean, there was drug dealing, there was other things that were involved in the game that we didn't get, and now this newest one, which is Ebola, which is super interesting. So I don't know why Rockstar ended up cutting this from the game. Maybe it was because it simply didn't fit. I mean, obviously it doesn't sound like it would fit. Maybe they were just trying to be more appropriate. Obviously Ebola was a huge deal and obviously is a super scary subject even in real life and isn't something to take lightly. So I can imagine that's why they maybe played their cards a little close to the vest here and were a little careful with saying that Ebola is in GTA 5. But nevertheless, I thought it was very, very interesting that those files can still be found in the game. Now, interestingly enough, there's also some more audio files that can be found in game, and while we don't have the audio to actually listen to them, it seems like, according to Demon to Boss, that you can gain weight and lose weight as well as gaining muscle too. So it sounds as if there was descriptions and audio cues for, like I said, losing weight, and gaining muscles. Very similar to the way it was in GTA San Andreas, where you as CJ could become ultra slim, could be very fat, could be buff, could be ripped, could be super skinny. So I thought that was a really cool RPG element to GTA San Andreas. I wish it was included in Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, one, there's all these different places where you could eat in game that we can't go into. We can't go into any of the burger shots, Cluck and Bells. And there's so many places work out, get buff, on Vespucci Beach, but we can't take advantage of that either. So unfortunately, it does look like those RPG elements were cut as well, or they might have simply been left over from GTA San Andreas. All right, now as you guys know, I love looking at sort of the photos that can be found in various places in game, whether it's Michael DeSantis' home, Franklin's home. They really do give us a background and insight on what was the world before Grand Theft Auto 5. And thanks to Ultra Gizmo 64, he's actually gotten some images from the Haircuts barbershop, and most of them are pretty irrelevant, but there's one in particular that kind of caught my eye, and it's this throwback image of the Vinewood sign. So you guys know the Vinewood sign is a parody of the Hollywood sign in real life. And if you didn't know, the Hollywood sign used to be Hollywood Land. And what's very interesting is that there's a photo in the Haircuts barbershop that has a throwback kind of grainy vinyl photo that says Vinewood Land. So I thought that was super cool. And this isn't the first time that we've seen this in one of Rockstar's video games. In LA Noire, you can see the Hollywood Land sign. So I thought that was pretty cool, and obviously is just awesome that Rockstar included that throwback retro photo in there. And as we know, currently in game, it only says Vinewood. Just like today in real life, it only says Hollywood. All right, and the next thing I wanted to cover actually looks to be a parachute race creator. So you guys know in GTA Online, we've got mission creator, race creator, team deathmatch creator. But one of the things we don't have is a parachute jump race creator. And I know a ton of people don't do the parachute races, but this image was actually found, and I don't know if this was meant for developers only, if this was a cut tool that we never got in GTA Online, but it certainly looks like you can place down a few things like helicopter jumps, checkpoints, on foot jumps. You can toggle the radar, delete options. So it looks like this was a creator variant in order to establish custom helicopter parachuting jumps. So I thought that that was pretty cool. Again, not sure how many of you guys actually do the helicopter parachuting jumps, but I still thought it was pretty cool to include in this video. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to be talking about today actually comes all the way back from 2011, and it's the beta names, or the names that were for the characters in game when Rockstar was creating and casting for Grand Theft Auto 5. So that's the Kotaku article I'm talking about. In 2011, Grand Theft Auto 5 had a code name Rush, and they were talking about how some of the casting calls for players were listed, and I'm going to be naming off some of the funny ones today. And you can also see how their names have changed also. So the first casting character is Mitch Hayes, whose tag is 38, annoying, wisecracking, highly successful FIB agent, in great shape, does triathlons, drinks low-cal beers, but still has a sense of humor. So obviously we know that Mitch Hayes was turned into Steve Hayes, the FIB agent, so I thought that that was pretty awesome. The next listing is for Clyde, who's 23, moronic, almost inbred, and creepy white trash hillbilly, very naive, but in a creepy, almost incest sort of way. So I can imagine they're talking about Wade. I can almost describe no other character that fits a bill very similar to that. So like I said, I think that Wade is actually the person they're talking about there. Up next is a pretty funny one. It's Kevin Desilva, and it says 18, Albert's fat FPS playing gamer's son, smokes a lot of weed, has anxiety issues, and a card for a bad back. Very soft, very opinionated, into making racist comments while playing online. Now, if that doesn't perfectly describe Jimmy, I don't know what does. So it looks like the beta name for Jimmy was Kevin Desilva, and it also looks like the beta name for DeSanta was Desilva. And I'm guessing that the beta name for Michael is also Albert. So it's just crazy to see how those names are changed up and thrown around. All right, and the last one we're going to be taking a look today is Nervous Jerry, who's 48, a paranoiac living in the sticks near Simon, completely paranoid and terrified of Simon. So we know that that's Ron. Obviously, there's a mission called Nervous Ron, and we know that's him based on the description. And we also know that the beta name for Trevor is Simon. Could you see Trevor being a Simon? I don't think I could. So that is very, very interesting stuff right there. Once again, I'll leave that link in the description if you want to check out all of the other beta names and cut names for the characters. I think it's really, really cool. So definitely be sure to check that out in the description. But that's really all I'm going to be talking about today, and all the cut content we're going to be looking at. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With that out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.